Yo, people, what you telling me back again with another one? Red Talk settings flawless. What you telling me, G?
Yo, I'm blessed, fam. What you saying, man? You good and everything, yeah?
I'm good, boy. We just finished watching that Dortmund game. It
What was
was
you
all
saying?
right, bro. These Brazilian teams they're jugging, bro. It was a 0-0 thing, but they play
It was a
some
decent
decent
nil-nil.
football. It
Hmm.
was decent, bro. The Brazilian team, Dortmund didn't show me anything. I'll be honest. Like I wasn't impressed
Hmm.
with Dortmund, but I was pleasantly surprised with some of the football the Brazilian team tried to play, but these teams just don't have the quality in the final third to really make the difference. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think that, bro, that seems to be a common theme in football at the moment. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Final third, finding players that are potent in the final third, seems to be pretty hard to come by for everyone. That's why the premiums on these players are what they are.
That's why the attackers get paid the big wages. A tough thing to do, whether it's a striker and you're putting the ball in the back of the net, or you're facilitating for others, or wingers, if you're a goal scoring winger, or you're creating for others, or both. That's what
Right?
it is. But yeah, so the game was decent. Because I didn't watch it at all. Was Gittins out there? Was Gittins playing?
He
And what's
came
his
on. He
name?
don't even start for them,
Yeah.
bro. And Chelsea are,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, trying to get hold of this brother. God, he ain't even starting for them, man. When he came on, he didn't make an impact. Joe Bellingham came off the bench. Then a Metcha guy that we got linked with a while ago. He looked decent. In midfield. I'm not gonna lie, he looks tidy.
Yeah.
Adeyemi's just a scrub.
That's the player I was gonna ask about as well, Adeyemi. How
Yeah,
did he get on?
he's rubbish, man. Rubbish, bro. You know what I
Nice.
mean? So she's one of them ones. And what's his name came on as well. Carney Chakamika as well. Didn't really do much either, to be honest. He was just it's one of them ones, man. I was more impressed by the Brazilian side. That Dortmund side looks like they're not really gonna do much. I think they might do okay in their league, but I think outside of their league, I don't think no one's gonna be too worried about playing them from what I've seen. So
Yeah.
I don't know, it'd
Nah,
be
first,
interesting, man. It'd be super
first.
interesting, man. But yeah, big
What's
up
this
the chat.
Romano thing? Was I
Everyone's
see
talking
the
about
chat
Romano.
going?
He's
Yeah,
come out basically saying that Gyökeres never rejected Man United, and it's like, bro, you know what it is with Fabrizio, yeah?
No.
You know what it is with Fabrizio?
Oh.
Fabrizio is more concerned about being first than being right. You know them ones. And the problem is with these kind of guys, yeah, they just want to get information out there as soon as possible, and they don't care if it's the truth or not. You know them ones. And the thing is, when you do that, you lose credibility over time, innit? And this is why I prefer someone like Ornstein. Ornstein, yeah, tweets a lot less, but when he tweets, most of the time they mean stuff. Like Fabrizio will
Certified.
be tweeting the same thing 8 times in 8 different ways, blood, because it's almost like man just wants to be active online. But it's like, bro, like only speak when you have something good to say, innit? And this is what it is. Man just speaks. Man will say stuff like, yeah, United hold interest in. What do you mean hold interest, blood? Do you know what I'm saying? Like bare teams hold interest in bare players, blood. But if we ain't spoken to this Don, if we ain't contacted this Don, we ain't contacted the club. It's not news, bruv.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
the it's
news.
the it's the it's the league gonna meme when like you mentioned there about saying the same thing in different ways. Interested, it's, monitoring. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's it.
Like all that. I forgot the rest of the chat. I know it's
Yeah,
going crazy right now, but the chat know the exact meme I'm talking about,
it's
and
that.
and that's what it is. But this is a surprise to me. 'Cause obviously, I've been working doing bits and pieces, so I didn't notice that Fabrizio Romano. Well, it came out that
Brother,
Gyökeres
he's
actually
done
didn't indeed
2.
reject Manchester United. So what's the actual tweet that's gone along with this? I'm just having a look here now. This is
I don't know.
crazy.
Like, this bread's done
Yeah.
2 here he goes for Zubamendi, bro. Where is he? He's
I'm
done
just seeing
2,
it now. Yo, new Victor Gyökeres did not reject Manchester United.
bro. And you know what man says, here we go, soon, blood. What does soon mean? You know the way they're like, here we go, soon. Soon
You know what that
what?
is? That's the you know what that is? That's the Caribbean soon come. You know what? Yeah. When you hear the soon come, you're like,
I'll be
that
like,
could mean anything from
man must
5
say,
minutes,
like,
5 hours
how long
from
you
now.
here? Oh, soon come, soon reach.
Soon reach.
Bruv, how far away are you? Soon reach, blood. Soon reach.
That could be 5 minutes or 5 hours. We've all heard.
It's crazy. Here we go, soon. You know the one there? Read the small print, bruv.
Yeah.
Nah, it's crazy, bro. What's man talking about? Like, this is what man do. Don't even make sense, brother. You get me?
Admiring, see that the chat, admiring, interested, monitoring, flirting, seducing, yeah, all these words, man.
Yeah, brother, that's
All
what
of
I'm
it, all
saying.
of it, yeah,
Intrigued by the idea
yeah.
and that, bro. Man,
Intrigue,
bro,
yeah.
them man, bro. Every word, but here we go. Like, man's not here. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Here we go soon is crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that means I don't know. That's what it means. But if you don't know, just don't say anything. And this is the problem. Like people, yeah, are so addicted to dopamine, yeah, that they didn't realize, yeah, that this guy was always guessing from the beginning.
You don't think he ever had credible sources? Or you
Brother,
think he's just...
everyone's got credible sources in football.
Hmm.
You know them ones. His sources are no more credible than Rio Ferdinand's sources or whatever. Like, all these men talk to the same people, bro.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
the reason why I can get information on certain players, yeah, that are at certain clubs is because I know people.
You know certain people.
I know certain people that can tell me categorically, yes or no, did this happen? It's not with every club, but it's with certain players, certain clubs, or with certain players that are a certain agency. So he don't know any more than I would know if the circumstance was right. You know
depending
what I mean?
Depending on the player and the club.
Depending on
and
who
it seems this is of late, because like if I remember like 2-3 years ago prior, like that wasn't really the case with Romano. Like the here we go was pretty much certified. Like there wasn't really people questioning his credentials, but it seems more this summer so far and last summer is where people are questioning him more, where he's having to respond to things when it's like here we go.
Bro, Flawless, think about it this way. Think about it this way. He was, probably the first ITK, that was of his generation, because he's a younger G, bro. When he first started doing it, I think he was like in his mid-20s or something like that. So he understood how to play the internet game. So because he knows how to play the internet game and he didn't have any competition, he didn't have to be as hasty with things because there wasn't loads of people breaking news. But now there's so many. Exactly, but now there's so many other people breaking news. Yeah, he's so dedicated to being first, blood. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, and also it's about farming engagement as well. So man will regurgitate the same tweet 8 times. The worst thing they did was start paying people to tweet. Do you know what I'm saying? Because now man will be tweeting every hour on the hour, just for the sake of tweeting.
You don't need to. You're Fabrizio Romano. You don't need to do that. Same way Ornstein is Ornstein. He doesn't need to do that. If Romano tweeted twice, you know what I'm saying, twice a month, and it was 2 here we goes, you are certified in that aspect. You are extremely well known. We just mentioned there, you're one of the first of your generation. That Fabrizio Romano here we go is a thing. Like you don't need to. I would understand it more if you're on the come up. You are certified. It's 110% when it comes to profile. You don't need to farm engagement. Don't need retweets. And you're Fabrizio Romano. He could just give his opinion on things and people would pay attention. Or I think this is gonna happen. I've not been told. This is just my thoughts. Yeah, like you could just tweet out his thoughts and everyone got right first. That's just Romano.
This is why, like, he's a content creator now. So you need to understand that he's gonna say things that get engagement, and nothing gets more engagement than Manchester United. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe this Gyökeres thing.
Yeah, bro, I can believe it because, bro, like think about it logically, Flawless. Yeah,
go on.
Logically, we don't know a lot about what's going on because we don't know these guys.
Yeah.
Literally, the day that Ruben Amorim joined Manchester United, there were stories about he's gonna come back for Gyökeres in the summer because he had a gentleman's agreement with Sporting. He wouldn't try and sign any of their players in January. We remember that story. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I remember that.
There was that. There was rumors about Man United supposedly sending scouts over to watch him whilst Amorim's been here.
Yeah.
There's loads of rumors saying that he was very close to the manager. There's loads of these things. There's loads of rumors saying that the manager's been in constant contact with him. These are rumors. There's no way of fact checking all these things. However, there's no smoke without fire in it. Him, out of all the players at the club, has been heavily linked with Manchester United since the manager's come. Only him, really. More recently, we had
it was the centre back, wasn't it? It was the centre back.
The centre back.
What's his name?
What the black you're talking about?
Oh no, I'm not even talking about Quendo. I was talking about the
the black centre back.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Yo, let me just Google it.
There was the black you, and then there was the left centre back as well, but we got linked with him only briefly. Diamande we got linked with a little bit.
Yeah.
Quenda we got linked with a little bit, but it was what's his name, the number 10, the left-footed number 10.
I'm talking about Nacio. That's who I'm going to.
Trincao, and Nacio we got linked with a little bit. Diamande a little bit. Trincao more recently we got linked with, but we only got linked with Trincao for like 2 weeks because they said that if we don't try and get Tyler Diblin, if we can't get him, Trincao might be a cheaper option. But then we've got Mbumo instead. So that Trincao thing was, again, it's speculation, bro. The only player from Sporting that we've had concrete links with, is
Gyökeres.
Is Gyökeres. The Quenda thing, Quenda became available. We got linked with Quenda, and
which
then
it's gonna happen.
He ended up at Chelsea.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, he ended up at Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where the Quenda stuff, we don't know how much of the Quenda links came from Man United and how much came from his agent, because this guy's gone to Chelsea, and he was willing, to stay at Sporting for an extra year, which means, that he weren't forcing his way out of Chelsea. Out of Sporting, really, because he's happy to stay there another year, which is strange. Do you know what I mean? Because usually when players want to leave, they want to leave now.
Yeah, you must have been like, all right, for my development, he thought it was best, or people advising him thought it was best, or maybe Chelsea thought it was best, or all of the above.
No, but I don't believe it's a Chelsea thing. You know why? Because remember when we wanted Gakpo, but Ruud van Nistelrooy said to Gakpo, "Oh, nah, chill, like wait for 6 months and we'll get you in the summer or something like that." And then he ended up at Liverpool because he's like, "Nah, I want to move now."
Play certain players, like you said, he went itching to get out of there.
Yeah, like bro, if a player wants to leave. Same with Cristiano, to be honest. When we signed Cristiano, we were gonna loan him back to Sporting, and he was like, "Nah."
He said no. He said no. We were willing to do it.
He said, bro. Like he said, "Nah, I'm ready to come now." Like, man, don't need to stay here for an extra year, bro. Like, what's man doing here? Do you get what I'm saying? So my thing is, if Quenda was unhappy at Sporting and he wanted to leave immediately, he doesn't sign for Chelsea. He doesn't. It's not a money thing because Chelsea aren't going to put him on loads of money. They're not. He fits within their wage structure. He's a young player.
Yeah, he gonna get his bread there. He gonna get more money there. He gonna get his bread, but for whatever reason, he decided to stay. But with the Gyökeres thing, the reason why it surprises me, shocks me, maybe because it's just from an integrity standpoint. Like you can't get those things wrong, and we can all get misinformation. Like his source could have easily been like, "This is definitely happening. He definitely rejected United, and you got it wrong." But I suppose he has come out now and said something, but to get things wrong like that, I think is just crazy. Like that's what that is, to get something so majorly wrong and be like, he rejected Manchester United, and now it's 3-4 days later. Oh, he didn't indeed reject Manchester United.
No, but to be fair, the same day, man heard that he didn't reject Man United. They said he rejected Man United, and then later on, it literally the same day, it was like he hasn't rejected United. He's just basically said that he's prioritizing Arsenal, because of Champions League football or something like that. And now the man are coming out and saying that's not even the case. And furthermore, Arsenal have come out pretty much and briefed that. They've pretty much briefed that, right, we're not interested in you. You're going to cost too much money. So there's loads of ways of looking at this. Like,
this is it's all very, very
messy. It's silly buggers, bro. This is what this is.
Very messy.
This is what it is. It's silly buggers, bro. Like there's a multitude of things that could all be happening at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Gyökeres probably never rejected Man United in the first place, but there might be an element of truth to the fact that he's holding out to see if he could get a move to Arsenal because of Champions League. Maybe. Even though I don't necessarily think that's the case because of Ruben Amorim.
Yeah, because even the reports before that said initially when we got linked to him and it came out that day, it was Champions League's not an issue. Now they're saying Champions League could be.
This is why I'm saying it's bollocks, bro. This is why I think, I think that people are playing games. I think that Arsenal more likely better is doing the Gyökeres silly buggers thing to get the fee down for Sesko, because he's saying, hold on, Gyökeres wants to come play for us. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you man don't lower the price, we're gonna go over there and you're gonna be left with an unhappy player. I believe that Manchester United ain't saying too much because we know that we don't have the money to sign him right now. So we're kind of just watching from afar, probably contacting the player directly just to gauge his interest, but we're not really saying too much because we can't afford it. You know them ones where, you get me, you like a gal, but you know you can't afford to take her out, bro. She's not in your price range. You know what I mean? Your bank account ain't set up like that. So now you just have to make sure that you stay on good terms with her, bro. But you can't take her out right now because you can't afford the date. I hear it.
Yeah, you figured it out. It's all, this is all very, like I said, so yeah, leverage. So like, what is going on? This is all very drama, like power-ish. You know what I'm saying? What is this? I kill your connect, so you have to come to me. Like that's what this is
what I'm trying to say.
Where I'm gonna eliminate your connect, so you have to come to me, and I can sell you drugs at a higher price. Like it's very much like that, because like you said, a multitude of things could be true. Is it Arsenal using Gyökeres to drive the Sesko deal down?
I believe so.
It could be that.
I believe it's Arsenal using it to drive the Sesko deal down. It's Gyökeres' people trying to start a bidding war, because I believe that Man United are not being proactive enough because we don't have the money, and Arsenal ain't being proactive enough because he's not first choice. So
first choice. And also, I think
they need to fabricate some sort of
they need
to generate some sort of interest.
He wants out. We know that. He wants out, so we know that much, and that's what it is. Yeah, no, Pac-Man. That's what it very much seems like. And also, a stumbling block for Arsenal is they got Havertz there on big money. So if Gyökeres is going to join and be the number one, he'll want more money, and he's on big. So it's like, do they want to break the wage structure for that? Yeah, it's a lot of things going on.
A lot of things are going. A lot of wheels are turning at the same time, because Gyökeres has made it clear that he don't want to play for Sporting anymore.
Yes.
Like the rumors are, he said he don't want to play for them. He's not going to play for them again.
You heard how the president was talking. Hella spicy. Talking about threats and blackmail don't work. Yo, he was talking.
You see?
That relationship broken down.
And pre-season will start in 2 weeks. So Gyökeres' people are probably looking at it like, yo, I'm meant to be going back to work in 2 weeks. The noises around me moving are not loud enough. Man have to we need to get this moving. Like,
yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then Arsenal are talking to Sesko, but they're saying, cool, yeah, we like him, but we're not paying that. So we're going to use Gyökeres. And then Gyökeres is like, well, boy, I'm hearing my name, but you man ain't making no phone calls. What's going on?
Yeah, what is that? And because he's not been offered no terms, and there's been no offer to Sporting either.
There you go. And then Gyökeres is saying to Ruben, yo, blood, you're phoning me every day, but where's the bid, fam? You know them ones there. And we're like, bro, we ain't got no money. Just wait. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you mean wait? I got to go back to work in 2 weeks.
Yeah. We need to get this move on. Like, what's going on?
You know what I'm saying? So,
but then we link to Ekitike, right? And that's going to be big money.
And again, that link with Ekitike looks like the club are doing their due diligence, because they're saying Vivell wants Ekitike, but Amorim wants fucking Gyökeres. So we're saying, you know what? Yeah. Vivell knows the people in Germany. So he's saying, yo, I can start to get this this move going. Even if we don't have the money now, I'm on good enough terms with these guys to get the ball rolling and test the temperature and see if we can get this guy. If we can get the deal pretty much done, everything up to the shits in the basket now, you just got to enter your card details. That's cool, because at least we can kind of move it that way. But the thing is with Sporting, because Sporting are beefing with Gyökeres, yeah, nobody's close to getting a deal done there, because them man are not getting on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So until they sort out their problems, nobody is signing this guy, bro. Do you get it? Because the president is going to make it even more difficult for him to move, bro. Like, he's not receptive to letting him move.
That's the issue getting out.
That's it. He's not receptive.
This is Osimhen at Napoli. It's that type of thing. There's Osimhen at Napoli. It's very similar.
He's Osimhen himself, blood. This is exactly. That's why I said, I can't remember what stream we were on, but I said I can see a world where he ends up going to Juve or something like that on loan or something like that, because they can't. He misses out on United.
They need to get him on. Like, they want him gone. He don't want to stay, so it's best move. Like, we've seen it, like with the Osimhen with Galatasaray. No one thought he was going to end up with Turkey, but it was just best for all parties involved.
I can see this going the same way, bro. Like, I really can. I could see, him and Sporting not being able to sort out their differences. Arsenal get Sesko, and United are like, we'll get Ekitike because this is messy.
And then he ends up, like you said, going on loan to Juventus or something like that.
Yeah, bro. I could really, really see that. And the thing is with Gyökeres as well, his age is not on his side, bro, because he's 27, he's playing in Portugal. And it's one of them things where if he doesn't get that big move,
this is now.
This year,
now. You need to get your big move now. This is your final big contract.
If he doesn't get this big move now, next year, he's less attractive by default because it doesn't matter what you do in Italy, no one cares. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, respectfully, you could go to Italy and score 30 goals in the league.
And we'll go with Italy. Yeah,
and we'll be like, it's Italy, man.
It's Syria. We just
now you're 28.
You
know them ones that, like, not only is it Italy, but you're fucking 28 now. Do you know what I'm saying? So he has to get this move this summer.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that, fully. He does. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, we could end up going somewhere on loan. It's just we need to sort out what we're doing, and then we're not in this predicament. Start moving these players on.
Because that's what it is. Speaking of Osimhen, look at this. Osimhen went to Turkey, for a season, and now we're into another window, and he's no closer to finding a new club. Yeah, we're in the same predicament this season that we was in last season. Is he going to Saudi? Is he not going to Saudi? It's gonna go down to the wire again, bro. Nobody is coming in with concrete bids for the guy again. There's no real interest, bro. We're hearing he's turned down Saudi, but nobody else is being linked with him yet. Like, no strong links.
Yeah, because everyone thinks they hold the cards on him. That's why. No, a year left on his deal. Everyone's probably looking at that. All right, let me swoop in late and then go and get him for a loan. I can talk to him for 3 and 6 months. That's how I would look at it. I've said this about Osimhen. I said it. I think it was on the show last week. If I'm looking at Osimhen, I'm saying go get him on loan. I'm saying go put in a loan bid and see what you can do, and then put some form of option to buy or obligation to buy, and let Napoli know, hey, either we just leave it and we talk to him for 6 months. We Real Madrid Trent him. Otherwise, you either take this now or you get nothing in 6 months. That's how I would look at it with Osimhen. I'd definitely try a loan thing. This Gyökeres thing, if he didn't reject us, that changes my thoughts on that. Because at first, when I heard, he rejected us, okay, you want to go Arsenal, cool, no problem with that. Let him go. Move on to the next.
I'll be honest, when I saw Ekitike, slap Mbappe's brother, I wanted United to sign. Just like that. That one video, bro. You know the way there, I was like, come on, bro. I was like, this is, bro, between him slapping Mbappe's brother in the face, and Mansi and Xerxes running the Dennis Brown on the Instagram, I said, yo, I might have my club back, you know.
Oh, I thought he was going to talk about Cunha fighting the bench. You know what I'm saying? I think it was that moment when he took the glasses off man's face.
Bro, I swear.
I need that. We could have I need that
finally. Catching a wine in Barbados and that, bro. Like,
yeah, but props to I see people talking about Zerxes. Like, let him do his thing, man. Props to Zerxes.
Like, what's wrong with it? Like, you know,
people like let him do his thing. People watching the girl, like, yo, let him do his thing, man. He's out there enjoying himself, man. Let him enjoy himself. You in Barbados, yes. You're supposed to go catch wines. You're supposed to do if you party.
This is what I'm trying to say, bro. And he's got Delit out there as well, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Delit out there with him.
Yeah, Delit's out there with him, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Showing man some culture, like,
love that.
This is what it is. And to be fair, like, when I'm looking at Manchester United, when I'm looking at the players, I said I just seen it. That slap was clean. Hey, bro, he boxed man in the head. It was crazy. But you know what it is, this Man United team is becoming more likable, the characters in it. Like, when I saw the video of, like, I think it was the kit launch and that. Do you know what I'm saying? And the vibe in the dressing room definitely feels different to how it felt under Ten Hag. Obviously, there's a few players that aren't there, but also it just seems a lot more like people actually just seem happier. Like,
yeah, because Ten Hag was miserable. That's why. As bad as Amorim is, at least there's some form of, like, you can have a conversation with him. Like, there's some personality there. Like, let's be real. Like, Ten Hag took the soul and life out of the club.
Yeah,
he did. Like, he was walking around, like family guy. Like, he was walking around like death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. You see, like, young Aiden as well. Like, do you know what I mean?
Like,
he's always 100%. Messing around and clowning. You get me? And he's just a
Ahmad's like that too.
Ahmad's just on banter. Like, Ahmad was tweeting shit. I thought he got hacked. I was like, hold on. Some of the stuff that Ahmad was tweeting, I'm like, bro, someone's hacked this guy, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Man was calling Garnacho shit and all them things there. I was like, nah, bro, they hacked my guy. And the man said, nah, it was me, bro. You know
Yeah,
the
on the
way it is.
Instagram story when he missed the chance and he was like, "Yeah, man, missed the chance." He was, "Yeah, man, he was shit, but we got through the day or something along them lines." Like, I'm with it. Yeah,
Yeah,
naturally they're going to just because Ten Hag was just there. It was just death. You know what I'm saying? It was just complete, just misery, and
nah,
that's
it
it. And
was.
yeah, it's miserable now, but it's not
Yeah.
as bad because of the manager's character. But yeah, and so that's how I look at it. But yeah, we need to get these players moved on because that
Nah, I
seems to be
think,
the reports. I've seen the Sancho saying 30 million. Obviously, Garnacho, right? Yo, we gotta start moving these man on.
I
Got
think
to.
Garnacho will move soon.
I hope so.
I think he'll move soon. I still believe Anthony and Garnacho are the guys we get the money for first. United will definitely want to get some money for Jaden because apparently he's in the last year of his deal. So I think we will get money, but I think we'll get less than we want in it. Or we will get what we want, but we won't get it up front. So if we do want 30 million, we're not getting 30 million. Do you know what I mean? We might get 15 million and then the other 15 in add-ons or something like that. You know the ones. I don't think we're not gonna get 30 million up front for Jaden in the last year of his contract, just because even the loan deal, like he didn't do what Anthony did. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
it's just about just moving them on, though. Like that's where I'm at with it. Even if it is, let's say it's 30 million and it's 50 million up front, and then it's 50 million later. That's 50 million to go towards a deal. Whether that's for a central midfielder, whether that's a goalkeeper, whether that's a wing back. That's where I'm at. And more importantly as well, clearing wages.
Yeah.
Clearing wages is so important. So, because that allows us when we then go into negotiation with others to offer that little bit more. So I'm fully with it. We just need to get, what is this, 17th? At the end of this month, there needs to be some more conversation and wheels in motion about players moving because there is interest, yes.
Oi, Newcastle, that'd be a good move for Sancho.
Yeah,
I see him linked with Aston Villa as well. Like Aston Villa would be a good move for Sancho. Yeah. I think with Unai Emery, Sancho cooks, bro, because it's not no high press, it's a mid-block, get behind the ball thing, and then it's a freestyle thing on the break. I think that's the kind of team that Sancho needs to be in. Dortmund played quite similar when he was there. I think that Aston Villa would be better for him. But then again, Newcastle are kind of similar.
Newcastle, if he's playing from the right, because one thing about him, we spoke about it, he needs link-up players around him. Both of those clubs.
You're right. On the right-hand side with Gordon on the other side would cook.
Gordon, Isak, and then you got Livramento overlapping that shield midfield as well. That bully like that suits him down to a T. Same way a Villa also do, because not only do they have link-up, Watkins running off him, you got Rodgers running off him. Like link up. So I think either or, if I'm him, either or, because the left side for Villa or the right hand side for Newcastle, or even sometimes the right hand side for Villa, depending on who they move on. Definitely either or would be great moves for him. Probably Newcastle better, I would say, but either would be make sense. I think
either one of them teams would be very good. So you know what? That actually, that's changed my mind, because when you said Newcastle, I was thinking, hold on, but they got Gordon. But then Sancho's better on the right anyway.
He play on the right, he can play from the right hand side. And then Gordon's out, you put him on the left, and then you could put Jacob Murphy over the right. Or if you want to play him in the 10, and then you play Murphy and Gordon, and then you got Tonali and Bruno G or whoever, like, and Isak as well. I can see him.
I'll be honest, it could work, and Newcastle can afford him, and they're in the Champions League as well. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think he'd do well there. I think he would do well there, 100%.
Yeah, so do I. That's a good shout. I didn't even see that. So yeah, that makes sense. So I think he goes for sure. We don't get all the money up front that we want for him, but we get that money. I think Garnacho we get cash for because he's young and he's on small wages. Anthony we get cash for because he's already done a loan, and Betis are
strongly interested.
Yeah, they're adamant that they want to keep him. So I think these three we get cash for. Rashford we don't get cash for, I don't believe. I think Rashford's contract's too long. He's on too much money. Probably ends up going out on loan again.
Put some form of option to buy in there or obligation to buy. That's what we need to do with that. That's what we have to do. Put some form, and not no Sancho obligation. Put obligation in there where the fee is actually. Let's say we put obligation that it's 30 million. Make sure if there's the penalty's 30 million. If you don't want it, you pay 20. Like, make sure we do that.
Yeah, 100%. Either way, I want my 30 million.
Yeah. 100%. Run me my bread. Run me my money.
Yeah, 100. So I think Rashford and Rasmus Højlund, if Rasmus ends up leaving, it'll be on loan. I don't think no one's going to pay no cash for that guy. He's a scrub. You know what I mean?
So Inter Milan, wasn't it? Because I did see
there's talk of Inter.
yesterday. saying that he'd actually be willing to make the move to Inter Milan, which is good because all the
Yeah,
reports
he would.
before that saying that he didn't want to leave, and it's like, yo, just
But
go.
he has to say that though, because if he says that he's happy at Man United, then you get me. It's more favorable for everyone. If he comes out and says, "Oh yeah, I want to leave," and that, then man start trying to lowball us, yeah, and say, "Yeah, well, he doesn't want to be here, so we're gonna offer you fucking 10 million." Nah, fuck off, man. I want my money.
But maybe just don't say. You know what it is with these lot? I don't want to hear him say anything. I don't want to hear you lot when the games is on. I don't want to hear you lot when the season was going. Who's putting a mic in your face to talk? Hey, just be quiet. That's what we need you to do. Just be quiet, and we can try and get this move on. Who's Denmark ain't on international duty? Who's talking to him? What is going on? Oh yeah, Mount's rubbish cow, man. We know this, but he ain't going nowhere. So
yeah, for now. Do you know what I'm saying?
What do you reckon there's a chance?
Exactly. So when I look at it, I think Mount ain't going nowhere, not this season. I think next season Mount will be forced out of the club for sure. He's on too much wages and he's not important enough. The fact that we're building an attack right now that he's definitely not going to start in because it's Mbeumo and Cunha. So that means straight away Mount ain't starting. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that he's on 250k and he doesn't make us our strongest team, that's already a sign that he needs to leave.
Yeah, that's a sign they all need to leave and they to jump to this. They can't devalue our club no more than they already are. Frig, you know, low ball. Like how much lower can the ball actually go with these lots?
But this is the point. So he will get forced out next season. I believe Luke Shaw will be amongst that as well.
Yeah, how long's Luke Shaw got left on his deal? There's no way.
I don't know, blood. I feel like they keep adding an extra year every year, blood.
Yeah, man.
He's always got 4 years left.
All the time, man. Always. Hey, one sec. Yeah. So yeah, extending the stay at the club till June 2027.
You see what I'm saying? So he's still got 2 years left.
Oh yeah, so it's next. So it's not this summer coming, the summer after.
Yeah, so next summer he has 1 year left and he leaves, I believe.
Yeah, please get him gone. Same with Mount.
But then again, he seems like the kind of scumbag here that will run his contract all the way down.
As long as he's not playing, I'm firmly.
Nah, but bro, he's on dough though. He's on like 170, 180 or something.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah, 150. That's what they're saying. He's on around. That's what reports are saying.
Either way, he's on big money, bro.
Yeah.
So we have to get this teaser out of it.
Mount does seem like the type if he's not playing, he'll actually want to leave. He seems like the type if he's fit and available.
He seems like if he's fit and available, he might want to play football. So
yeah,
Luke Shaw, not so much.
It's World Cup year. Let's not forget that. We need to use that to our advantage.
But bro, you know what it is with Luke Shaw? Even if Luke Shaw's not playing for Man United, they'll still pick him, bro. Like I don't know why.
It's too cool. I've seen Gallagher and Rice in the pivot. Like, all right, cool. Wow, what's going on there? But for everyone else, it's like you gotta let players know, all right, you're not gonna play here. Do you want to risk missing out on the World Cup? Use that to your advantage. That it's a World Cup year. Have to be ruthless. We speak about rebuilds all the time. Be ruthless with it and move players on, whether they want to leave or not. If you're not a part of the plans, you have to go.
Facts. Do you know what I mean? So, what were you saying? So now I think this Gyökeres thing. Yeah. I think there's a chance it still happens, bro. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a chance it still happens when I'm assessing everything. But I believe that 99% of the noise we're hearing isn't coming from any of the clubs. It's coming from
his camp.
It's coming from his camp and other bullshit, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if Vivell wants Ekitike, I hope we get Ekitike because I don't want these men to make signings for this manager. I do.
For me, I don't want him to make signings for the manager. I'm just at the point where it's like bringing quality. That's what it is. Like, because I don't trust this manager and we know he's not gonna get the best out of anything. We just need to have talent on the pitch. Give him as much quality, give the manager as many quality options as possible so he can't mess up. Bring him Mbeumo, I'm not even looking at who fits with who. It should be that way, but because of the predicament we're in, it's not that way. From when we kept Bruno, I knew what time it was. So you already know our midfield is not going to be a functioning cohesive. Go get a talented midfielder to play alongside Bruno. Don't worry about if he fits in with Bruno or whatnot. Just go and get someone who's talented. Same way, Xerxes, people have mentioned it. Xerxes being a great fit for an Mbeumo and Cunha as a front three. Without doubt. But I know, and we all know, the manager ain't gonna play Xerxes. Same way the manager's not gonna play Mano. So therefore, go get a striker to go and play with.
But you know what's crazy though?
Go on.
He might though. You know the one, and
the reason why I don't see it. But
the reason why I say that he might, and the way that I rationalize this, and I could be wrong, because I don't like Ruben Amorim, like in terms of how he sees the game. I don't like him. But if he's got goals around Xerxes, he could play him. I think the manager's biggest problem he had with Xerxes is that the team weren't scoring goals, and he was a striker that weren't really getting into the box. You know them ones. Like, I don't think that he don't like him as a player and doesn't think he's good, because when he was talking about Xerxes, he said, yo, like, he's really good on the ball and he does really good things, but he needs to get in the box. You know them ones. And it's just like, I was like, forget the buts, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a quality player.
I don't think he doesn't rate Xerxes. I think he thinks Xerxes is a good player. The problem is that Xerxes doesn't do and occupy the spaces that he wants him to do.
But I'm saying, but if Mbumo and Cunha occupy that space, then I think he might be okay with Xerxes. Do you see what I'm saying?
I hear you. I think you're giving him too much credit. I think he'll put Mount in that front three before he plays Xerxes. I'm being deadly serious, Rants. Trust me, I want to be wrong so bad. But I watched this manager play Højlund and Garnacho ahead of Xerxes, ahead of Mano. So now we're adding in two players.
Then at the end of the season, he was playing Xerxes in the 9 again.
And then he played Xerxes, but even that bringing on Kobe where you brought him on, he brought on Xerxes. Granted, he was coming back from injury, he was late, but he persisted with Højlund. We literally watch yourself, me, all the people watching would watch games. Højlund would start, do dreadful. Xerxes would go on the pitch, play better, we'd perform better. Come the next match day, Xerxes on the bench, Højlund starting. And we watch this week in, week out. I want to be wrong. I just don't see, and I rate Xerxes, I rate Mano. I don't see those two getting game time with this manager. That's why I'm saying bring in talent. Bring in talent. This is why I say bring Osherman. If it's GYOKERES, if he didn't reject us, cool. If it's Mateta, cool. Ekatike ain't high on my list, more so because of the price point, but bring him in, cool. Get talent. The midfielder, whoever it is. Like it's just a question of I don't believe in this manager, so it's the Ollie situation again. Just have talent on the pitch and let it go out there and win his games, and eventually you'll get sacked.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I agree. I'll say 90% of me agrees with absolutely everything you said. But remember, before Xerxes got injured, he was in favor, blood. He was playing every game. You know them ones. And one thing this manager has shown, is that he's a flip-flop. You know them ones. He done the same thing with Casemiro.
We've seen it with Chelsea.
He's shown, that he can categorically say, I don't need you in the team, try and sell you, and then play you every week, blood. Because he done it with Garnacho. Remember him and Rashford got dropped out the squad.
Yeah, they did from the and then they did play after the Manchester derby, and then Garnacho came back and you're playing.
He's playing every fucking game, and then he done it with Cass. He said, "Cass, no disrespect, but you're not what we want." Tried to sell him and Xerxes in the winter window in Jan. Remember, tried to get rid of them. They ended up staying, and then them man were just starting every game. So this manager changes his mind, bro. Like he does.
I hear that especially with the Cass one. I do hear that. I just don't trust him. I think we'll see like Mount in that front three before Xerxes, genuinely. Because we know how much, for whatever, actually we know why. He likes his runners. And that's where it is. And that's where I'm at with Amorim, to the point where I'm like, I can't even trust you to pick the best 11. Cass as well. I think with Cass just performed to a good level that he was like, all right, there was no one else. Collie was out. Agate ain't it. It was him and Bruno. He's not going to play Mano there. There was literally nobody else. Because he didn't even play Cass and see Cass not working and go, you don't fit.
Yeah, he just didn't play him and decided he didn't play him even before giving him a chance. He decided no before he even gave him a chance. And this is why I say, like he makes emotional decisions, and then he ends up having to double back on them. Do you know what I'm saying? He ends up having to double back on them.
This is a man who's of course is Casemiro. Wherever you rate Casemiro, whether you think he's fallen off, whatever the case, he's still of a certain quality, people, to play in the Premier League. He's still better than most central midfielders in the Premier League overall. All teams, they're starting 2 central midfielders. He's better than most, or can compete with most. So why not attempt it, especially when you have Bruno in there, who you yourself says doesn't do certain things. Agate's not it. Collie is injured. Mano's not a pivot player. Why not try it? I kept saying this again. This ties into the experimenting side of things. I just don't trust him to not play. This is why I want these players gone so much, because I don't trust him not to play. This is why I want Højlund and Garnacho out the door, because I think there's a chance if they stay, he'll play these lot. I've seen you do it last season too often, and they perform poorly, so they're undroppable in your eyes. You go 20 games without a goal, and the match, once you get to 6-7, it's like, all right, whoa.
Yeah, the alarm bell should have been going off then.
Whoa. Once you get to 6-7, it's like, all right, what are we doing?
No, I hear it. So I think it's up in the air, bro. And even these Ekitike links, it kind of shows that these men are recruiting for the club and not necessarily for the manager, because you wouldn't say Ekitike was an Amorim style player based on what we think that he's trying to do.
Yeah, because he likes his runners.
And he likes his runners, bro.
And that's not Ekitike's game from what I've seen and what I've been told.
He's another technical player, bro. You know what I mean? He's another technical player. Even Cunha as well, yeah. Cunha's mad technical as well. Do you know what I mean? And Bumo is more what you would think is...
he's more like a brute force, but then even then he can pick up the ball.
He's technical as well. But he's more of an Amorim player in the sense that he's super multifunctional. Like he's played wing back for Thomas Frank. He's played wing back. He's played as a striker. Do you know what I'm saying? He's played. Yeah, he's played off the striker as well.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, and he's played as a wide player. So
yeah, he can play multiple roles.
Yeah, he can play multiple roles. So he's the perfect utility player for a manager like this that likes to move things around, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we do end up signing Ekitike, I don't see him, I don't see the manager looking at Ekitike as, this is necessarily my striker. I could see him using Ekitike in that 10 floating role, bro, because he's got the technical ability, he's got the dribbling, he's got, do you know what I'm saying? I could definitely see him playing in one of them.
I think someone say that, like, them, if it is, let's say it is Ekitike with Cunha and Bremo, that it'd just be a rotating 3.
That's what I think.
2 10s and a 9, which, hey, I'm all for. That means Garnacho and Højlund and Mount are not playing. Hopefully 2 of the 3 of them will be gone, but yeah.
It could be a fluid front 3 because all of them can play in all 3 positions. And you add Xerxes to that. Like, if you get Xerxes as well, between them 4, all of them can play in the 10 and in the 9. All of them. And I think that's probably the best way, to go about it. It's the best fucking way. If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do it, instead of getting a specialist, just get bare man that ain't specialist.
I'm with it. Pick one. If we're gonna go with a 9 who can drop in the 10 and the 3 of them are gonna rotate, cool. If you're going with a little bit more of a rigid and structured system where it's Cunha left 10 and Bromo right 10 and it's a striker up top, cool. Pick one. That's where I'm at with it. Pick one and have a plan and go forward with it.
But I think that Amorim has tried the more rigid approach here, and it don't work here, bro. So
yeah, you know why? Because he picked it with the worst striker and the worst left winger in the league. That's where the issue, like that's where the issue. Those two, terrible. I was saying this when people were talking about Garnacho's price. I said he's the worst left winger in the league. He's the worst winger in the league. If you put the Premier League side, I don't know about the sides you just came up, the relegated sides back, and we pick all 20, all right, left wingers, he's last. Same with Højlund, he's last. And then if we start doing backup, you even fall even further down. You Bronny James done this, man. We talking about pick number 54 and shit. What are we doing?
No effect.
Get any money for these, man. It's phenomenal money because they're that bad. I think because we haven't played in like 3-4 weeks, people forget like how bad they were with what they was and how much of an I saw. I don't forget these things. Dreading watching games. Watching games. And it's not even about the opposition. It's not even like, we're going to get packed up by the opposition. Our players are the problem. We ain't even setting up the best way to win games. If we get beat by someone who's better, I hear it. You play a PSG and they bump you off the park. You know what, hey, that's just quality. But we be handicapping ourselves. Get these men gone. Lord.
100%. And this is why when people said to me, "Oh, Rants, but Ekatike is similar to Xerxes," I don't think he's similar, but I think they have similarities in the sense that they're both very technical and they're both not out and out forwards. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, he's a player that can receive the ball back to goal. He's a player that can run the channels and dribble. He's a player that can link play. He can do a little bit of everything. Do you know what I'm saying? And he raises the technical ceiling and the floor of this team, bro, at the same time. Like, why would you not want a player like that? Do you know what I'm saying? Why would you question trying to sign a player like that? We should be applauding the fact that we're trying to sign ballers, bro. Because if you put loads of ballers together, one way or another, it's gonna fucking work, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's where I'm at. Put players on the pitch. My only issue with the Ekatike thing was the price. When he was talking all 100 million euros, 85 million pounds, I was like, what? It seems it's lowered. I still think it's still too high for a player that he is, because if we're talking 85 million, not at 22, not only you have to obviously be
That's
good.
how much you paid for Anthony, isn't it?
Yeah, like you can be good. You gotta be good now.
Yeah.
You have to be of a, if I'm paying 85 million for any player, he has to be of a level now. He goes into the first team and we go, yes. Like the same way we look at Cunha, and he wasn't 85 million. Same way I look at Mbremo, I speak for myself. Same way I look at, for example, at Emi Martinez. All right, I see where you improve us. You walk it, you up the level of the team immediately. And that's where I'm at with Ekatike. And it was more the price point. Because of all the strikers we was linked with, he's the most expensive. And it seems we trying to save money, but then go with the most expensive option. Because reportedly he'd be more than a GYOKERES, more than a Osherman, more than a Mattel in regards to transfer fee. So, but maybe that is the route we are going. If we can lower the price, cool. If it was half the price, I'd go, yeah. It was like 40, 50 million. I go, all right, cool. I understand it. When you're talking 85 million, I was like, what?
Yeah, but I think you get him for 60 to 70.
See, and then I'm looking at 60 to 70. That's
what did they get from Mamouche, guys? Didn't they get 60 something million from
around that? Like 63, I think, from Mamouche, was it? Let me double check that. I think it was that, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, it was 70 million euros, which I think is like 60 million, something like that.
61, 62 or something.
Yeah, 70 million euros in pounds. Yeah, 60 million.
Yeah, I think between 60 and 70 million gets him. Do you know what I mean? Pounds. I believe it does. So if that's the case, and they're gonna, if for argument's sake, Sporting want around the same amount of money, if both of these players cost the same amount of money, run me Ekatike, bruv.
You would
for the same money
because of the
for the same money
and the age,
the profile and the age for the same money. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, then do that in it, because his wages will be lower as well, a lot lower than Gyökeres' wages, and that will also mean that we could potentially sign more players as well, bro. So
yeah, definitely. Because I think Gyökeres, I don't think either of them brought big money at their respective clubs. I don't think so. But yeah, it's a significant drop, and that's what didn't make no sense to me initially. That's why I said the Ekatike links was odd. It was super odd with the price points they were talking about, especially when I think it was Barada came out yesterday. No, it was today actually, talking about transfer fees and how negotiations take time to get the right deal over the line, etc. Which I do understand to an extent. That's why I've not really been on their case about the Mbremo deal not being done just yet. But I think it actually gets done. But I've said this, I'm just looking for OP. Run me Gyökeres. I'm just looking for a striker, spins in behind the OP with the physicality, man. Whether that's him, whether that's Osherman. Preferably Osherman, in my opinion. But if we go and get Gyökeres, knows where the goal is, cool. I'll say
I hear it.
And that's where, but I wouldn't be mad at Ekatike dependent again. For me, price point. That's where I'm at with it.
I hear it. Man is saying 63 million. If it's 63 million, and the one thing I would say, the fact that there's chat that Vivel's pushing for this deal, yeah. I believe that he believes that my man's available for a reasonable price, because if it really was 100 million, we wouldn't even be entertaining it, bro.
That's why that made no sense. 85 million pounds if we was talking, but now it's all of a sudden now it's 63.
We're not entertaining it for that, bro. So that, again, this is why it's very important that as fans, yeah, like when we hear things, we take it on board, but don't hold on to it, like,
No, you take it with a pinch
because
of salt.
because don't hold on to it because 5 minutes later, some fucker's gonna tweet something else.
Hey, we seen the Romano thing. It was GYOKERES rejected United a few days ago.
Brother,
Now,
it was Spurs have gazumped Man United for Mbumo, yeah. 10 minutes later, it was like, oh yeah, by the way, Mbumo said, yeah, nah, he's going Man United, innit? So safe.
I remember the imaginary bid as well that came out. It was supposed to be that £70 million bid, and then we heard nothing of it. Yeah, that bid disappeared, man. In thin air. I remember that. Oh, they've offered big money for him. 70 million. All right. Okay.
So where is it? Do you get what I'm saying? So it's all
just
nonsense.
Legs. I don't believe this is happening
either. Isak to Liverpool, yeah, ain't got no legs, bro. You know what I mean? Oscar Pistorius, blood. It's a slow day. You know them way there. Like, what's man talking about? Like, what? Them man are gonna drop 100 and something million on him after dropping 100 and something million on Florian Wirtz. Are you sure?
Big bread and that is that how
are you sure? Listen, if Liverpool go, yeah, and remember, Dave, there's been no precedent for Liverpool to spend like 300 million in a window ever. So if they go out there and they drop another 100 and something million on Isak, bro, I'll be the first to be like, yo, these man just won the league, yeah, and they're showing real intent.
Do you know want to dominate for the first time?
Yeah, bro. Hey, bro, a round of applause to them. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you have to respect intent, bro.
Yeah.
I can't fucking see it. That's why I'm not even taking it seriously, bro. Because the fact that they've gone and done the Wirtz thing, they're not going and doing that, bro. Like, I'll be very, very surprised. And like I said, if it happens, listen, I'll give them a round of applause, but I'm not taking it seriously, mate.
Yeah. I hear you on that. Big up to Dunn as well. Yeah, I don't think it will happen. I don't, but you would definitely applaud it because that's a serious to go get a 10 and a 9 of that caliber.
Yeah.
To improve your attack.
Well, Isak cost these man 60, 70 million. So they're not selling him for less than 100, bro.
Yeah, it's like 120, 130, something like that.
Come on. Liverpool are not going to drop 250 on Isak and fucking Wirtz in one window. Get out of here, man.
They're playing FIFA. So they are. They're playing FIFA.
Bro, and they've qualified for the Champions League. This would be the one season I'm pretty sure that he doesn't leave.
Yeah, I don't think he's going nowhere. He was on the Champions League, be more, and then again he'd have to them for. But he seems pretty happy.
If they missed out on Europe,
I
can understand
more of a chance.
Yeah, I could understand it.
I said Fabrizio fabricate. Man called him for fabrication. You lot of jokes.
But man just be making shit up, bro. You know
I say that all the time. I let people know. Yes, we'll discuss it because it's of intrigue to people. It's of interest to myself. But I take it all with a pinch of salt, and we'll talk about it hypothetically. It does make for interesting conversation and discussion, debates, etc. But I don't. It's like with the GYOKERES thing. Like when it initially happened, people were like, "Oh, United are finished." No, there's plenty of other attackers to go out there to go get them. But whether it's Ekatike, whether it's Osherman, whether it's Mattel, Duran's available on loan. The list goes on. Go look in the Championship. I was having this discussion I think it was yesterday, a couple of days ago, about the amount of players who have came from the Championship that we've all seemed to have missed, whether less profile clubs, lower profile clubs have signed him or they've gone abroad, like GYOKERES. I keep saying this, he was here. He was at Coventry in the country and Sporting, who are a massive club in Europe that misunderstood, and a huge club in Portugal said, yeah. It's not like Braga went and got him or Boa Vista or something like that. A major club, a major player in Portugal said, yeah. And now they're going to sell him for more than double what they got him for as well. You see it, whether it's the Tony, whether it's Watkins, Semenyo, who's been linked with big money, all came from the Championship. And I'm sure there's plenty more too. So, yeah.
100%. Hey, brother, listen, no one's scared, bro. Like, Liverpool are too far away from Man United for me personally to be scared of Liverpool doing any business, because Liverpool ain't our mates right now. Yeah. You know them, man. So I couldn't give a flying fuck.
No, I'm not worried about that. That's City, Liverpool. I mean? That's their beef. Like someone said that to me and was like, "Oh, the PSG's." I think it was Michael Dunvetter, who's a City fan. Like, "Oh, PSG's our problem." I was like, "It's your problem. You and the champions. That ain't our problem." That's it. People love to tell us how we ate in Europe. That's a huge problem.
We're just trying to get back in the conversation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we're just trying to get back in the convo. Like, you know what I'm saying? That this is not our problem. Like, even if Yeah, bro. Even if they did sign Isak, bro, we're not in no title race, so we're not competing with Liverpool. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's, you know what that is? That's a Manchester City problem, not a Manchester United problem. That's a Manchester City problem. What those two do are their problems. Arsenal are somewhere there in limbo, and that's not us. We
Yeah,
just
that's a
trying to
problem for
get back in the
Arsenal,
top
who have
half.
finished second 3 years in a row and are trying to finish first.
Yes,
That's a big problem for Arsenal if they get
that's
Isak and Verts. It's a big issue for a team like Chelsea that are in the top 4 now, got Champions League football. You'd think that they want to compete for a title. If Liverpool get Isak and Verts, you can count them out of that. And then you look at Man City that will say, yo, we've done some great business this window. And then Liverpool have said, yeah, hold my beer. Now it's like, oh shit, we might need to go buy someone else.
Yeah, we gotta go sort out that left wing because you got Mamouche, you got Haaland, you got Cherky. Cool. That's 3 of your front 4. Who's Man United problem? I say, where do we finish in the league to semi?
Oh, our problems are teams like Villa, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, all these teams that we should be finishing above if we have a good window. That's our problem. We're trying to finish above the teams we're meant to finish above, yeah.
And everyone else.
And then exactly.
The likes of Palace.
And you can add Tottenham to that fucking list as well.
Do you know we owe them. They're taking a piss. We owe them.
That's it. That's our problems. The likes of the Cities, the Liverpools, the Arsenals. That ain't our pay grade currently. Yeah, bro. We're not in those pay grades right now.
And to add to it as well, Akasemi. So who's Manchester United's problem?
Even Chelsea to a certain degree, yeah. That's
above us currently like that. People love to tell us how bad we are. So, you know, we finished 15th and all that. And also, who else is Manchester United's problem? Manchester United. We got to get out of our own way. Let us start. Hey, how about we just start winning back-to-back games? Let's get positive goal difference. Let's win more games than we lose. Like, we got baby steps. Scratch that. We're trying to crawl again. Never mind stand up. Let us start crawling to then stand up, to then walk, to then a quicker walk, to then run, to then full on sprint. We trying to crawl again, people, and run up the likes as well.
This is it. So we have to understand where we are, and we'll go a long way, yeah, to closing the gaps that we need to close if we sort out the new 3 attackers.
Yes.
Mbumo +1, whether that's Ekitike or Gyökeres. I believe we do sign one of them. My gut tells me that this Gyökeres thing is probably still going to happen, and it's going to happen nearer the end of the window. Do you know what I mean? After he falls out with Sporting, them man are having a slagging match. Arsenal announced Sesko, bare fuckeries going on. Will he leave? Will he not leave? And then it happens at the fucking 9th hour, and he doesn't have a preseason with us. It just always feels like with number 9s, they leave late in the window, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So that could probably still happen. So yeah, like if we
like you mentioned there, the 3 attackers for me, central midfielder and a goalkeeper. Pattern the spine. That's the spine. The centre backs is cool. Go get a goalkeeper. You go get a midfielder. Your 3 attackers, obviously, 2 more added onto Cunha, and then you go from there. If that is the 5 players we bring in, because to be Cunha, Mbeumo, striker, whoever that is, midfielder, whoever that is, goalkeeper. With that 5, I go, all right, cool. For this season, 1 game a week, that works. Yeah. That's where I'm at with it. Because with GYOKERES, I thought we'd get him. And then obviously reports came out saying he had rejected us. But then now it seems we're back in for him. Amorim, man, this is on you. You got to be able to drag him in.
But that's what I mean. Now you have to prove your worth as a man. You know them way there. Like, how good is your relationship with one of your ex-players? Because you've already been rejected by Quenda. You know them, man. So, like, how much pull do you really have? Do you know what I'm saying?
See what happens.
This is what we need to see. So I can't lie. It's one of them ones, man. Said, oh, Vivell comes through with his guy. Yeah, possibly. But if we secure those 3 attackers, it puts us in a much better position, yeah. Because let's be real, all of these teams that I mentioned that are above us, yeah, that we should really be worrying about. If we had more attacking quality, yeah, we beat these teams in the season. Like we do.
That's facts. That front three, and Mbeumo, Cunha, competent striker, that's 45 goals between them 3. We scored 44 league goals as a team. So already they've matched that.
Because even you remember the Nottingham Forest game when Elanga scored that breakaway goal, yeah?
Yeah.
Brother, if we had a proper attack, man, we deal with Forest, bro. You know what I'm saying? They man are terrible.
We had 2 players just out there with non-scorers.
Yeah.
You know what they say in NBA, like certain players guard themselves. That's what you get with Hoyland and Garnacho. These two players who guard themselves, you don't have to mark them. You're not specializing like, all right, how do we stop Garnacho? How do we stop Hoyland? Teams are not doing that. So then it's left. And then on top of that, you got a manager who's playing 5 defenders when Abad's not out there too. And then you got unbalanced pivot. It's like, come on, man. Like, that's why we scored. We barely scored 44 league goals we scored. Pins. Yep. It's embarrassing. 44. I think, like I said, that front three matches that overall. And then the rest of the team pitching with 20 goals. There you go. You're at 65. You're in a much better state there. And I think because we're scoring more goals and having more of the ball, you then defending less, which means you will concede less. Because we actually have good defenders. And if you improve, you get a central midfielder and you get a goalkeeper, that helps in that aspect too. So we'll see what's what.
I agree. So you get those players, automatically it changes the mood. It changes the mood in the camp. I believe it does happen. Not necessarily Gyökeres, but I believe a striker does come in. The Ekatike thing is loud, but we don't know how much of that is us trying to get the Gyökeres price down. You know, we don't know how much of that there is. So
you got us doing that. You got us using Ekatike to drive the Gyökeres deal down, but then you got Arsenal using Gyökeres to potentially
drive the Sesko deal down. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you have players not knowing where they stand and what's going on, and then having their own fucking problems. Do you know what I mean? It's mad.
President talking spicy, yeah, it's crazy. Agent talking about, hey, we've got the release clause in writing. It's like, all right, we gonna find out. Yeah, we gonna find out.
It's mad. And yeah, if we can get Emi Martinez as well, there's talk. I did say to you guys though, initially when the season finished, there could be a chance that Onana stays and we get another keeper anyway, because he's not a massive wage, he's only on like 120 or something, and two, he hasn't got the number 1 shirt anyway.
Yeah, his guy's got 2-4.
So fucking just sign the number 1 and just tell him sit your black ass down for a season, and then it is what it is. Next season, move him on, bro.
Yeah, bring in Emi Martinez. It's a no-brainer. Like this comment said there from, and they improved us massively, and that's all we need to do is improve. Yeah, House of Cards said we definitely need to go and get, whether it's Emi Martinez or someone else, he wouldn't cost a lot. I don't think he'd be on big money either. Improves us. Don't have to worry about him settling into the league. Don't have to worry about him settling into the country. Calm, he's down the road. In Birmingham. All right, cool. Bring him in, man. He's been here long enough. He's been at Arsenal, been at Villa. Get him in. And then that, like I said, that improves us defensively, and that improves the defenders as well, because they got someone behind them they can believe in. Somebody they can trust that. All right. Because with Onana, you know, there's mistakes. It was Onana bingo card all season long. All season long. It's like, all right, he's not made a mistake in 3-4 games. He's due one. In the next 2 games, he's going to make a mistake. And more often than not, we was right. We all know it. Onana mistake. It's like when the whole Leon thing happened, we knew he was going to make a mistake that game. Odds on. And he made 2. I'll do it.
Yeah, facts.
You know, that will break. All right.
No, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. You ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? So I think that if we go into the season without an answer for Onana, we've missed a trick.
Big problem.
Especially the fact that Emi's out there and it seems like he's twerking for United.
Yeah, because they got to sell Villa because PSR. It's like, go get a goalkeeper. If we start next season and Onana's starting in goal, that's just a complete backwards, not even a backward step. It's the whole, you falling down the whole staircase. Like, why? What has he done in the past 2 seasons to go, all right, he warrants a third? It's cost us so many points, made so many mistakes. And not only is he bad, like I said, he makes the defense overall bad, individuals bad. Some of them passes he'd be firing out. We just need a goalkeeper that does the basics. And Emi Martinez does that.
This is the problem with Onana. Yeah, not only does he not play well, but he almost radiates uncertainty and fear amongst the defense. Like, he makes everyone else worse because players actively do not want to give him the ball because they don't trust him, and it puts them under more pressure too.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what I'm at with it. Like, we've all played, even at lower level or any level where there's players where a bad player would just, like, you don't want to pass him the ball, breeds uncertainty, especially a goalkeeper as well, where if you make a mistake, 99 times out of 100 is a goal. You make a mistake there. And now all this hard work's undone, whether you got a goal down and been playing well or drawing or whatever the case may be, or you costing us, like, We've watched him countless times, man. Countless times. Not just this season, last season. Let's not forget his first season, dreadful in the champs. And then you got the manager, the reports coming out saying the manager has a working relationship. Why do you back these guys? I can believe it's true. Wasn't no strong source, but I can believe the manager does back. We watched him back Bruno and Hoyland and all these guys who had you stressed and these poor performances.
Facts.
Back. It's like you trying to get sacked. Like you trying to get sacked. Make it make sense.
No, it's facts. Do you know what I'm saying? Hey, you look, let's get these lights up, people. 1400, man. Obviously we just brought you the red talk, man, off the back of the watch along as well, people. You know what time it is. What you got coming up for the rest of the day as well, my brother?
Yeah, big up first and foremost for having me. Appreciate Rants every single time. Shouts to the chat. Love to you lot as well. 11:30 p.m. live United City show with my guy Vader. And then following that straight away, I didn't do it yesterday, the Premier League podcast Yardman edition. Anyone who's seen it knows it's crazy, man. Shout out to Javon, Lex, Kaneki, crazy individuals, man. So it's great conversation. And NBA Finals, we watched the Game 5 yesterday, but yeah, Game 6, if there is a Game 7, over on the playback. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. Sarcasm City TV, and also the Sarcasm City TV playback as well.
That's it. Yeah, you know what I mean, guys, who's live as well for a redirect, people? Let us know. And yeah, obviously tomorrow I'll see what Saeed's saying about Mandem Talk, if he's running it tomorrow or if we're gonna run it another day, because we got Man City and Real Madrid playing tomorrow.
Man City, Real Madrid games tomorrow.
Yeah, me, and I need to watch both of those. I can't even lie, blood.
Yeah, so, I'm watching both those. Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, it's one of them ones where, bruh, you get me? Man, I have to watch that. Man, I have to watch that because I need to see the way. I need to see
how City is shaping up,
brother. Especially if he plays Turkey, even if you don't start him, I just need to see
how he looks.
Yeah, bruv. I just need to, innit? Like, and same with Reinders as well, man. Like,
I've heard a lot of good things about him as well.
Oh, he's a baller, bro. Yeah, and Eight Nori as well. I just think that I think we need to see it, guys.
Yeah.
I think we need to see it. So for me, like, yeah, City I have to watch, and obviously Real Madrid, it's only really Trent that they've signed in it, but at the same time, yeah, it's a new manager as well. Yeah,
new manager team. Yeah, Alonso's there. So it's like, all right, let's see what's going on.
Yeah, so I think there's enough of a reason to make sure that man don't miss those games, innit? Yeah, so with that in mind, yeah, we're doing those. So Saeed might have to move, man. If he's smart, he'll move that. You know,
he will. He'll probably move it because he'll probably watch it himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Might as well move that to a different day. Move it to Thursday or something like that.
He'll be watching it himself.
So yeah, we'll see what go on. So yeah, man, big up everyone inside. Make sure you run the likes. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll see you guys in a bit.